The power of your data in a state agency. Today I'm joined by Reena Patel, who used to be the marketing boss for Belvoir. So she certainly knows something about marketing in a state and letting agency. Thanks for joining me today, Reena. What's the power of data in a state agency? Talk to me.
I'm pretty sure I don't need to tell you any of this stuff, Chris. Your entire business model is built on it. I remember back in the day when we looked at data for Grantham, we wanted to know where the most properties were sold, what the most expensive street was. That's the kind of data letting agents, estate agents have at hand. Share it. That's the stuff your prospects are interested in. Landlords are interested in knowing exactly what kind of rental properties are out there, what sort of yields they're going to get. You have that information because you're renting properties, you're selling properties. You should be using it. Use it wherever you can. I remember back in the day we did our very first newspaper article and it was fantastic. It got so many inquiries for the Grantham shop. We rolled it out across a few more things as well. And I know you're really passionate about that. So,
Well, I mean, interestingly, 36% of homeowners said they chose their estate agent. This is based on a survey of 10,000
oh, wow.
Vendors, chose their estate agent based on the agent's local property market knowledge.
There you go.
But all agents do is just highlight listings,
Yes.
which you look like a poor man's Rightmove. And don't get me wrong, you must put your listings on your social media, and yes, they'll get lots of likes and comments, but the likes and comments don't equal credibility and trust, do they?
Not at all. It's got to be a combination of the two, hasn't it? You've got to show you're an expert. At the end of the day, you're talking to two different audiences. There's an audience for people that are looking for houses, looking to buy, looking to rent, and a completely separate audience for those that want to sell, those that are landlords looking to buy as well. So make sure you're talking to them, giving them the right
It's that
information.
split. You've almost got to work out who your demographic is of who your marketing is, and one set of marketing for a group of people is not right. You've got to have different marketing for different demographics.
Definitely.
Just moving on, there's other type of data I'd like to talk about is estate agents' website data and their own database. Why are agents using that particularly well?
I don't really see very many agents using that data. You set up your website, you're really pleased with it, you put your properties up there, you put some information for landlords, and then you almost ignore it. For me, looking at that data, understanding what's happening in the background, are people actually coming to that landlord page? If so, put more content up there, tell people that it's there, have a sign up form so people can sign up to your newsletter to get this information as well. You've already got the content, so why wouldn't you repurpose it, send it via email, use it on your social media? But the analytics on your website will help you understand what's actually going on and how people are using your data, using your information.
And it's absolutely scary. I know you told me a story before we switched the cameras on where you basically were looking to buy a house and you sent lots of Rightmove requests and only one came back to you, but that was the one that you actually eventually used to sell your house, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah. You never know when somebody who's looking to buy a house or looking to rent a house is going to turn into a seller. And people remember feelings. They don't necessarily remember the listing. They won't remember the house, but actually they will remember the fact that I was ignored by 4 different agents because of my Rightmove lead. When I was almost a hot lead, as you would call it, at that point I was looking for a house. I knew that I wanted to buy a house and I didn't get inquiry. I didn't get viewings booked. It was really strange. Only one agent got back to me. And that was lovely about it. I didn't end up buying the house from him in the end, but actually I did remember how he made me feel. And that's the main thing that I remembered when I wanted to sell the house a few years later after I got married. He was the first agent that I went back to because actually he was the only one that responded.
Did you tell them that?
I did, yes. And it wasn't the same person from the agent, but actually they were grateful to know that. One of the questions I was asked was, how did you find us? And actually it was from about 4 years ago when I was looking for a house, which not many people record. And I think that's where agents almost fall down. You almost think of looking for leads at this point in time. Actually, you should be thinking 3 or 4 years ahead.
It's very transactional, estate agency, isn't it?
Definitely is. Where there's so much opportunity in building a database, nurturing that database and using it for the long term. You'll get information. You'll be talking to your audience at different points in their lives as well. So you'll be able to use that information to help your business grow.
Thank you for your time today, Reena.
No worries.